U.S. inflation accelerated in May with the Labor Department's Consumer Price Index rising 8.6% from a year ago, marking the highest level in more than 4 decades.
Oh my God, I'm just so shocked this morning that when I passed by a gas station and with the price going up again. So very concerned about how much this is going to change in my routine, and I wasn't thinking about it yet. So.
The stock market plummeted on the news from the Labor Department, which reported Friday that gasoline prices hit a record high and the cost of the services rose further, suggesting that the Federal Reserve could continue with its 50 basis point interest rate hikes through September to fight inflation. Gas prices were flirting with an average $5 per gallon on Friday, indicated that the monthly CPI would remain elevated in June. U.S. President Joe Biden on Friday accused the U.S. oil industry, and ExxonMobil in particular, of capitalizing on the supply shortage to fatten profits. Inflation in May was also boosted by higher prices for other goods like food, surging amid geopolitical conflict and health restrictions in China that dislocated supply chains. Biden, who came into office vowing to reduce U.S. dependence on fossil fuels, said he was hoping to speed up oil production, which is expected to hit record highs in the United States next year.
Because of the strong foundation we built, we're better positioned than just about any country in the world to overcome the global inflation we're seeing and to take the next step towards forming a historic recovery and a new moment. And I count recovery as going from where we are today in terms of the economy to stability, to make it stable. It is strong as can be, but for inflation, but for gas and food.
Biden also issued a warning to the industry, whose profits have jumped as it increased prices, in a sign that consumers are paying for more than just higher labor and shipping costs.
They formed 3 consortia. These companies have raised their prices by as much as 1,000%. So everything coming from Asia, they get 90-some% of it, the stuff coming from Asia. They've raised it by 1,000%. That's why I called on Congress to crack down on their foreign-owned shipping companies that raise their prices while raking in, just last year, $190 billion in profit.
Friday's inflation report was published ahead of an anticipated second 50 basis point rate hike from the Fed next Wednesday. The U.S. Central Bank is also expected to raise its policy interest rate by an additional 0.5 percentage point in July.